Barber Shop Podcast, episode number 114, coming to you live from BOXO Studio, the home of Barber Shop Podcast, the mothership, if you will, bringing you the very best in live music from the storied city of Hamilton, Ontario, where we make things. We make good things happen, and we make live music come out to the world in high definition and high fidelity every Wednesday at barbershoppodcast.com, streaming to you live on Twitch TV, Podcast Barber. Look us up, like us up, follow us, subscribe to us, idolize us. What do you think, Ryan Cannon?
Yeah, do it all. Do it all.
Do it all.
I was doing stuff. I was unprepared for a question. I didn't have my answer ready.
You're quicker on the mic than you have been in the past. I like that. Before you would pretend to fumble around because you really didn't want to answer.
No, I never pretend to fumble around. Trust me.
It's a full-on
I've got plenty to fumble about.
Well, I tell you, we have the great pleasure of not only having Gary Greenland, and how many consecutive weeks? I think he's got to like 37
Not
consecutive
enough to get a
weeks.
microphone.
Not enough to get a microphone. That is a 52-week reward.
I always don't want to give him one now.
No.
It would be weird if he had one.
And he's a kind of quiet guy anyway, so maybe we could get him just to have like a little, he could type it in.
Reach it and grab it.
Yeah.
We'll get him a headset. We'll get him a Madonna mic.
Yes, we'll get him one of those ones. I think one of my kids' toy guitars has one that we might be able to adapt for such a situation.
The Rock Band mic.
I know you're looking forward to tonight's show, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes, we have a real treat for you. It's a treat for us. A friend of the studio and a new friend of the show, someone we've been looking forward to getting on for quite some time now. She was good enough to grace us with her presence and bringing her good friend Jenny with her. I would like to introduce at this time Jessica Blake in the studio. Jessica, thanks so much for joining us at Barbershop Podcast. How you doing?
Great. It's great to be here. Thanks for having us.
I wouldn't have it any other way. We have kind of set a precedent where every week we blow ourselves away with how great the music is and how great it sounds. So when we book the next slate of guests coming in, and they're across the board, different genres and styles, but quality original music, and it always comes back to that music, your life in music, your story in music. We all have one. What's yours?
My story in music. So since I was very, very young, my parents had the most amazing record collection. So I was introduced to a huge different various of genres. And I would say it started off more as a dance love. I would dance around the house. My dad would interview me pretending I was on some talent show because I would force him to. And I would just really be into performing, but more of in a dance sense. So the actual music side and the singing and guitar came about, I would say, not until my teens. The whole Indigo Girls, Sarah McLachlan genres, those really influenced me to pick up the guitar and start playing my mom's,
And I remember that because I was in the industry of selling guitars at the time, and boys weren't buying guitars. And if it wasn't for that little, where it came in, where the female singer-songwriter who rose to prominence, we started selling a lot of guitars to a lot of girls in the 90s in that period of time.
Oh, yeah.
And now, writing, was that something that you kind of took to right away, or were you more interested in just learning other people's songs?
Yeah, I started off with just covers and busking on the street with my friend, who sort of inspired me to get into the performing outwards, not just in my own home. And then I think when I went traveling, I went to Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand for 18 months. That's when I had a lot of spiritual awakening. I had a lot of growing up, a lot of just maturing and looking at the world and realizing it's bigger than London, Ontario, where I was born. And I think that those emotions that rose in me started me for writing. Yeah, I started off as poems, and then I started putting it to some guitar. Whenever I could lay my hands on a guitar, I'd grab one and write songs while I was traveling.
You've got a very beautiful, strong, unique voice. Was that always your voice, or have you kind of hammered it into that over the years?
Yeah, it's interesting. So when I started singing, I was actually a soprano, and I was a really high voice. And my mom's my biggest fan. She's also a good critique for me. So she actually told me she didn't really love my voice when I first started singing. And then when I was a camp counselor, I lost my voice for about 4 days just from overusing using it, I got laryngitis or something happened. I think what happened was my vocal cysts started developing at that point. They probably burst. That's what my vocal coach tells me. And they hardened and calcified, and my voice dropped to an alto. And now people seem to resonate with my voice a lot more.
So was it a shocking transition, or were you able to kind of ride that one out and be okay with it? As
Yeah,
your voice
it just felt like it was meant to happen, and then when I started to sing at camp with this new voice that I had, I got a lot more reception, so it ended up being a good thing. But it is a challenge to like monitor how much I'm singing and vocal care, and I've been through a lot of speech therapists to help me as well. So, but I sing a lot compared to other people. Like I'm singing about 3-4 hours a day with my other job. So,
and that is,
I'm a preschool music teacher.
Nice.
I have to shout it out in case my boss sees it. It's rainbow songs, rainbow songs. So I'm singing for all these little toddlers, and I do use the Madonna microphone for that, actually.
You got to, because it's a full-on
right.
presentation. You got to use
right.
both hands and both feet.
That's right.
Now, Jenny Desmarchant, how long have you usually play piano when you're singing with Jessica, and the two of you do beautifully harmonize and sing well together. Have you also have a long storied musical background, or did it come to you later in life?
No, I think I could sing before I was talking. My mom was very musical, and also her mother, so there was tons of music in our house always. Lots of West Side Story and Godspell, all the good musicals, and dancing around the living room. Mm-hmm. So that was the beginning.
Yeah,
I think do a one-woman show of West Side Story. All the characters, every single line, every single song. You should definitely have her on for that.
Yeah, and my mom was a huge influence too, because she would drag. There wasn't a lot of kids. There was your Disney, but our moms would take us to if they wanted to see a movie. It's like, I saw Fiddler on the Roof, and I saw like all the great musicals that once they made it to you live in a small town, you don't exactly get theater, but you get when one of the great Broadway plays made it to cinema. It was a big deal when Mom would take you to those things. So that was part of your upbringing, and then so you started taking piano lessons. And
my mom started me when I was about 5, I think.
That's
like
young.
That. And then I switched over to violin a little while later, just to get out from under my mom.
to break away and be a rebel.
Girl.
Yes, Jimmy Stradivarius.
Yeah.
So when did the two of you start working together? And
it's an interesting story. So we met through our friend Nikki Downing, who's now Nicole Brown.
Yay, Nikki.
And yay, Nikki. And that was in university. And then we didn't reconnect until many years later. Somehow, some way, we started playing on the beach with the guitar and singing when we first met. We sort of enjoyed playing off each other's energies that way. And then we didn't reconnect until way years later. We were both happened to be in Toronto. And I honestly don't remember exactly how it happened, but I reached out to you, I think, to just start singing.
Said, hey, I got a new album. Do you want to do some stuff with me?
Yeah, I wanted to do some live stuff, and I vaguely remembered having a good time with you on the beach, so I was like, let's do this.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know, Ryan Cannon, do you want to play a CD first, or do you think we should do a live song first? What's your pleasure?
Whatever you're into.
Whatever I'm into. Well, it's all good. You've got I got a CD that you're promoting that's got some beautiful music in it. It's called So Close. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the writing and the production?
Oh boy, it was a real big journey, as Jenny knows. A lot of people can attest to my story. I started it, and it took me 9 years from beginning to completion, which is ridiculous. Some of it was perfectionism, some of it was just me trial and error. I'd never had a band before, so it was just me writing songs, taking it to producers and saying, what can you make from this? Which is dangerous.
Yes.
It's risky, but it's also beautiful because you can come up with really unique, great sounds if you take a risk. But at the same time, I wasted a lot of time and a lot of money trying to develop my sound with other people instead of just being strong within myself to know what I wanted. But it was a beautiful journey. I got to work with some really amazing producers, and so Sean Zutka was the one that kind of put it all together with the help of Luke Jackson as an executive producer. And it was a sampling of quite a few of my songs that I'd written over many years. And the album kept transforming and changing because I kept writing new material that was better. So I'd say, oh, now I want that one on there, now I want that one on there. Ended up being a really long journey, but it taught me a lot. And the irony of the title of So Close is that it took me 9 years.
Well, that's fantastic.
I was always so close.
It's fantastic. And it shows. It's nice to have something of permanence that's that good, and you're certainly proud of it.
Yeah.
Having
proud as you can be, right?
Yes.
You're always hoping for something bigger, better.
Hey, it's just beginning with you,
That's
I guarantee
right.
it. Well, as is the tradition here, we normally start with live music, so I think that's what we're going to do tonight. I think we're going to go 5 live songs. We've got 3 off the record, and we've got 1 world debut that we're going to do for a song that you recorded right here at BOXO Studio. A great night of music. Go ahead and kick it off whenever you're ready.
Sitting in a green lush park with my friend Vlad, we're talking about the weather, talking about whatever comes to our mind. Searching for something in common we can find. We're in our own world, surrounded by the city, creating melodies and hypothesizing about life's problems and remedies. Life seems simple for this moment in time. Quick, grab a pen and paper so I can remember this rhyme or chord. Don't you love when you have time to get bored? We're in our own world, surrounded by the city, creating melodies and hypothesizing about life's problems and remedies. Feel that crisp fall air caress your face. Watch clouds roll by. I like the city of cars in our race. Oh, the big city rush, it's a disgrace. We're in our own world, surrounded by the city, creating melodies and hypothesizing about life's problems and remedies. Air is cooling and it's time to move on. Find a new neat spot where I can write another song. I feel so free, sitting exactly where I want to be. We in our own world, surrounded by the city, creating melodies and hypothesizing about life's problems and remedies. We in our own world, surrounded by the city, and hypothesizing about life's problems and remedies.
Beautiful job. Jessica Blake in the studio singing original music. Name of that song?
That was called In Our Own World.
In Our Own World.
That's right.
Her and Jetty Dermachant here in BOXO Studio, a Barber Shop Podcast, bringing you a selection of her original music. I'm going to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, one of our great sponsors who continue to support what we do here. They are independent businesses and they support our independence and our business here. Of course, we're talking about HamiltonArtist.ca. They print anything on anything. If you are in a creative field, if you're in a non-creative field, you're going to need something printed on something. You're going to need t-shirts, you're going to need hats, posters, banners, from small ones to great big ones. They have the equipment, they have the knowledge, they have the expertise to give you what you're looking for. Visit them. They have an online store at HamiltonArtist.ca. They have a physical location at 1141 Main Street East at Balmoral and Hamilton. Join the store, take advantage of some of the discounts they have there for you. Check out their gallery online. The store itself is beautiful, with candles, jewelry, engraving, custom automotive decals, vinyl wraps, custom stage clothing. You want to put something together, they'll work with you and sew it and build it. They are really great friends of the artistic community. We highly recommend them. HamiltonArtists.ca, friends of the show. Now, to be an artist, You know, the people who have worked and toiled in the field understand what a commitment it is, because despite what one might think, there isn't a lot of fame, glory, or money involved in it. We often say around here, it's a group of introverts who somehow are dragged onto the stage. They feel that it's a compulsion that they did not choose; it was chosen for them. Do you feel that way? How do you feel about the performance element of what you do?
I would actually say I'm the opposite of that. I'm an extrovert.
Yeah.
I love performing. For me, the struggle actually is to have the discipline to sit down and write a song, and because I like to just write when it comes to me, and it doesn't come very often. So I need more discipline that way. I also need discipline when I'm in the studio, because it is more precise, and it's not just a free-flowing thing. There's, you want it to be perfect as it can be, and I think the pressure of having it be perfect in that moment without having a live audience is hard for me. So that's the part of this that's difficult for me. With the performing, I love it, and I love interacting with my band members. I'm so blessed. I have wonderful band members. I have to name them quickly. It's Guido Capitosto, Ian Turner, Genevieve de Merchant, and actually Orange McFarlane, who's Hamilton bass, was part of our band at one point, and he led me to you. So I just wanted to give him a shout out as well.
Yeah, he's a great guy, and he played bass on the song we're going to hear, both Bowed and the Plucked.
That's
and
right.
He did such a beautiful job, because it had to be. It was such a sparse thing, and he's a creative soul, and also a friend of the show. Let's spin one off of Up Close, or
So Close.
So Close, sorry.
Okay.
So Close, which, again, you described as something taking 9 years. This is why it was so close constantly, where people are asking you, when's it done? Is it done?
Oh,
is it going to be
constantly.
done?
People are like, you're going to have to let this go. It's like, it is like a baby. Like, you're just like, you have to release it to the world and be willing to see what happens, and instead of guarding it, so.
Well, we've got a couple songs listed. Is there anyone that... Yeah, I'm always so good with my list, throwing them around here.
They're around
here
somewhere.
We go. Yeah, here around there. Breathe in, breathe out.
Sure.
That's the first one we're going to. Is it self-explanatory, or just kind of the mantra that you were saying to yourself at the time?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory, and the thing that I try to do when I write songs is for there to be layers of meaning, so that no matter who you are, what background you come from, what culture you're from, what your religious or spiritual beliefs are, that everybody can relate to it. So hopefully you will relate to it as well.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure we will. Right here, Barber Shop Podcast, Jessica Blake, So Close, Breathe in, breathe out.
Truly want to believe through and through. Want to be healed and saved by you. Want to feel your presence by my side. If only I could hear your wise voice inside. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel your spirit all about. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel your love all around. It surrounds you. It surrounds me too. It surrounds
off of her record entitled So Close. That was Breathe In, Breathe Out from Jessica Blake. She's in studio tonight, and it is a treat for us to share in her vision and her beauty as she's coming in here. Congratulations, by the way. You are with child and absolutely glowing.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Thank
Because Ryan and I sometimes we carry that look as well. Usually after we get back from our sponsor, Shenanigans. Goodness knows we love their pizza and chicken wings.
And that gives you the glow.
It does. It
All
gives us the
right.
glow, and it gives us the big round belly. If you want to have a good time, you need to go to Shenanigans. They're another one of our great sponsors. We want to give a shout out here. Nice segue. At Barber Shop Podcast, 1141 Main Street East, right across from Delta High School. And as Glenn Marshall said, oh, that's the old, and then you fill in the blank. It was DiMaggio's, and it was Mother's Pizza back when it was Mother's
Loved
Pizza
Mother's
in the old
Pizza.
day. And I always tell my teenage head story that they had olives on their pizza way back in the 80s. I saw them eating olives on their pizza, so I have olives on my pizza now because of that. But they're located right there at Houghton in Hamilton at 1141 Main Street East. That is Shenanigans. Oh, no, sorry, 1305. Playing with my paper here. 1305 Main Street East, corner of Houghton and Main Street across from Delta. Like them on Facebook. Browse their menu. They brought back some of your favorites. Fall off the bones, ribs, tilapia, tacos, bigger and better pizza than before. Chicken wings, $7 a pound, $11 for 2 pounds. If you're a vegetarian, they've got a whole page of nice, and I'm not going to say it's, the necessarily the healthiest thing, but it is tasty and it is fresh. So if you want to go in something and it's, say, breaded mushrooms or something, it's at least not frozen. It's really good stuff. So it's like it used to be in the old days. There's good, friendly people. If you like to watch the football game, they'll take care of you there. If you want to go and play some pool or some darts, if you want to shake your tail and dance to the disc jockey on Friday and Saturday nights, they're good people. They like what we do. They're supporters of us. We are supporters of them. Shenanigans, 1305 Main Street East in Hamilton, Ontario. Now, you're going to play some more live music for us, aren't you?
I am.
Did such a beautiful job the first time, and it always gets just better and better. We've got a whole plethora of music from Jessica Blake, and she's in here tonight.
All right, this is one of my newest ones.
Gave me purpose, brought me so much joy. Never knew I could love so deep. Taught me patience, learned so many things, but a new chapter begins. Every season, there's a reason to grow. No matter how painful, I know. Time to let you go, go. Gotta let you go, I know. I can never forget your presence in my life. My heart was torn in two. So fragile, so vulnerable. What else can I do? I know it will hurt like hell for days, but it's time for us to part ways. Time to let you go, go. gotta let you go. I know, time to let you go. Go. Gotta let you go. I know. Go, don't let me change my mind. Go, gotta leave it all behind. Go, please go. Time to let go.
Jessica Blake at Barber Shop Podcast, episode number 114, another one for the ages. She's singing some songs off of her CD, So Close. She is playing a couple of new ones because as a songwriter, you're always writing,
Stretch.
always performing, always moving forward, and beautiful job again, Jenny. Nice.
Oh, thank you.
Nice job on the harmony voices and having them sing in such a way. You've got the ability to hit a couple different keys and pitches and ranges. You know, we're going to play something where you've sang over your own voice. How do you find singing with other people? Do they find what you're doing fairly easily?
I think so. I mean, Jenny and I have always worked really well together. She's a fabulous vocalist, and she just picks things up, and she'll find harmonies on her own, and sometimes I find them and teach them, like show her what I want, and sometimes she's just experimenting, and she does a beautiful job. So I'm really,
It's just gorgeous. It's
Yeah,
just
it's
it's
really-
so
it's a
so
nice
seamless the
blessing.
way it's in there. Now I want to talk about your song "Falling." 1 year ago, we started working on what I like to refer to as a conceptual collective or a conceptual collaboration. BOXO Studio every year or two likes to put together a record, kind of elevating the import of songwriting in the vernacular. Songs are important. I closed my eyes the other day listening to television, and one commercial after another came on, and all had a score. Like the music came right in because it's automatic that the music is going to accompany any message if you're trying to influence anyone. And I think that the things that are really important are not using music, and music is not being elevated to its full potential. And I like to see songwriters who are so skilled at reducing and boiling down a message into something that's palatable for the population. That's what they do. And to have something in the case of this project that we're doing, which is on mental health, on continuing the dialogue and reducing and eliminating eventually the stigma around mental health, I thought, boy, not only is the field rife with people who have first-person perspective with mental health, but certainly ones who have second-person perspective, and as writers, people who can write from the third-person perspective. The time is right to put together something. And I wanted to do a couple little things. Number one, record it top down, that is to do the guitar and the vocals, and then add the instrumentation later, where a lot of times, you'll write the entire piece and you'll start with the drums and work up and finish with the vocal. This has its challenges, but also has its rewards. And he came in on a cold February a day, I believe, and recorded the guitar and the vocals. And it's something that Ryan absolutely fell in love with right away. And he fell in love with that song. We all did. And all 12 songs are pretty well done now. They're just ready to go out for mastering. And we've had Dwayne Rudder, and we played his song Glory, and Dave Pomfret was on, and we played his song Funeral for a Girl. And we recorded these in 432 hertz, which is slightly detuned from standard concert pitch, and that has kind of a subtle but a profound effect on the way it's played and the way it's sang. or the way it's sung. And we're really, really happy with the way this song turned out. And it's about someone living with someone with depression and the empathy and the love that goes along with that. And I think it's a very powerful song, not only performance-wise, but message-wise. Very proud to have it on the record. So this is Jessica Blake, world debut for her song coming up on the upcoming collective that we're doing called Shameless Subversion. And this is Falling from Barber Shop Podcast.
This is not like you. This cold, distant person in your place is not you. Now you're gone, far away, trying to hold you down. I'm begging you to stay. Falling, falling, I'm calling, calling. Deeper, deeper, hills are steeper. Let me help you find your way. Lying, lying, crying, crying. What can I do so you will stay? Don't push me away. I'm here to stay. Falling, falling, I'm calling, calling. Don't shut out the one you love. I'll stay no matter how you push and shove. My love for you is stronger than this disease. My love will put your mind at ease. Deeper, deeper, hills are steeper. Let me help you find your way. Lying, lying, crying, crying. What can I do so you will stay? Don't push me away. I'm here to stay. Falling, falling, I'm calling, calling. It's enough.
And that's Falling from the upcoming Shameless Subversion album, record. We can still call them records. I call them records. Coming out of BOXO Studio. Look for that in the near future. What kind of plans do you have coming in the near future? You got some shows booked? Are you looking forward to festival season? Are you going on a European tour, or at least somewhere where you can take your feet out of your sandals and drag your guitar around with you?
Yeah, you know, it's an interesting time for me because I'm actually winding down to prepare for this little one because this baby's coming April 7th-ish, so it's soonish. So I've actually, my last performance with the band was December 13th, and I thought I was kind of going to fully wind down, and then I had this opportunity, so I wanted to make sure to be part of it, and hopefully looking forward to doing some performing with the CD release when you have that. But other than that, I'm going to kind of go a little bit hibernation mode and hopefully do more writing.
Yeah, you seemed to touch on that you're struck by the muse and you wait for that. And I imagine this is going to be a wonderful opportunity in between the hair pulling and whatnot. There's going to be some great moments of revelation and probably some one-liners that you come up with and go, that is lyrical.
It's so funny though, because I actually it was an article that I was reading about the cheese factor when you have a baby, like the types of songs you want to write and what they're about. You know, you have to be careful not to get too like,
put it on the holding pattern, pass it around.
That's right.
Look at
She'll
it
be
again.
my bouncing board.
Look at it again. Well, that's fantastic. So I'm going to have to ask you to play another one live, because that's what we do well. That's what you do well. That's what they like so much.
All right. Well, we'll pick it up for you guys a little bit. This one's called Your Way, also a new song.
Show me how it feels. Show me what is real. Show me how to do it your way. Why don't you show me how it feels? Please show me what is real. Show me how to do it your way. Your way, your way. Show me how it feels. Show me what is real. Show me how to do it your way. Why don't you show me how it feels? Please show me what is real. Show me how to do it your way. Your way. Your way. Just for one moment, in line with divine, knowing my purpose, letting my light shine, aware of your presence, dwelling inside, letting you roll over my life. I want to let you rule my life. Show me how it feels. Show me what is real. Show me how to do it your way. Why don't you show me how it feels? Please show me what is real. Show me how to do it your way. Your way. Your way.
Your Own Way, Jessica Blake in here, and I get the feeling, Jenny, that you could sing along with every Prince record. That
I love Prince.
I could tell. Oh my goodness, just popping up that high end, making it sound so good. And you know, if you're the human voice and some wood and steel, it's just the best.
Yeah,
you know, if
for
a
sure.
song sounds that good, and you just wrap your head around the orchestration, you can hear that bass and a nice drum beat to it, and you get
It's
some
fun with the band for sure.
some bum shaking. You get that going on. So you do have to mix it up, because clearly, do you find yourself that you write in a vein and it's like, oh my goodness, it's all kind of sounding the same? Do you force yourself to write something with a bit of a pep?
Yeah, it is harder for me to write happier songs and like upbeat songs. I tend to write more when I'm feeling morose or quiet or pensive. So, but I find this faster up-tempo songs that I do write, I really like. But they just are few and far between. I'm going to work on that.
Well, it's good. I like it.
I need songs for my baby to bounce to in the baby bouncer.
It's true. The baby bouncer. Call that the jolly jumper.
The jolly jumper, that's right. I don't even know the terms yet.
No,
Oh my.
baby bouncer is probably the Chinese knockoff.
That's right. That's the one I'll be buying.
Which we're all about here at Barber Shop Podcast. Okay, we're here as we are every Wednesday night with some fantastic original live music, some independent music that you can get your hands on. How can people get a hold of your music? How can they get a hold of your CD So Close? From your website?
Yep, I have it on the website. I'm also on Bandcamp, which I tend to do better on Bandcamp than my website. For some reason, people more gravitate towards that. But those are the two main ways. I'm also on iTunes.
Yep.
Yeah, but
get it off the website if you can, because iTunes grabs too much of that money off the top.
And Bandcamp's great for that. They're very fair.
They're fair, and we do what we can. It's a changing, shifting market for an artist to get their music out to you. There's so much of it. It's hard for you to know what's good, what to invest your time and resources into. That's why we do what we do here at Barber Shop Podcast. For absolutely no charge to you. You get to hear and see for yourself the real deal. Discover someone for yourself. Go out, see live music. Experience independent recording artists. Bring something home, put it on your playlist, play it for your friends at work or somewhere, and they'll go, what is that? And you get to be the person to say, this is who this is.
That's right.
It's a real buzz to be someone who brings a brand new talent to the party, and we've got a lot of talent around here every week. So happy to have you guys in here. We're going to spin another one off of So Close, your CD, 9 years in the making. Well worth the wait. Got some fantastic tunes on it. This one, I Forgive You. Yeah, I'm not even going to ask you about this one. It's who doesn't want to forgive?
Except this one is a single. It's not on the album. Just for those people that get the album and say, "Where's I Forgive You?" It's a new single.
Special for you at Barbershop Podcast, right here.
If I say that I forgive you, tell me, what does that mean? Moving on or staying stuck, sadly, I'm somewhere in between. We don't talk about the pain, all the promises we made, wanna say, I still love you. I won't let the hurt define me. Let my broken heart remind me of our past. When I take one step ahead, I always fall 2 steps behind. It won't last. Can I trust you once again? Let my heart open and then wanna say, I still love you. Will never be the same, but today is a new day. You're all I need. When I start to think too much, all I need is your sweet touch to save me. Turn over a new leaf, forget about the grief, and I might find every word
Barber Shop Podcast every week with the very best of original music and musicians. And we've got a great one tonight in Jessica Blake, playing some songs live in studio, debuting a brand new song, or upcoming CD, some new music that just was recorded in the summertime, a whole plethora of good stuff. You're going to play another live one for us,
Yes.
at least one more.
Yes, yes.
Well, without further ado, lay it on us.
All right, and this one's called The Real Deal, which follows up with what we were talking about before the recording. This one's on the album, and this one's actually getting the most play radio-wise. And interestingly enough, not as much playtime in Canada, but a lot around the world. I just send it everywhere, and I'm a strong believer in getting your music out, not worrying about the money, that it will come back to you. So it's being played in Jamaica and Switzerland and Germany, all over the place, but I'm not seeing many cents come back, but that's okay. It will come one day, right? This one's called The Real Deal.
I woke up with a smile on my face, and I knew that it had to be true. I woke up with a smile on my face, and I knew I was dreaming of you. You make me feel so beautiful. You make me feel so fine. And I'm wondering how I got to this place. How did I end up with fortune and fame? Seeing love all over the place. Could this be for real? Is this the real deal? Could this be the start of something new? I look up and the world looks so bright. I haven't seen it quite like this before. I look up and the world's shining bright. I wish I could feel like this more. You make me feel so beautiful. You make me feel so fine. And I'm wondering how I got to this place. How did I end up with fortune and grace? I'm feeling love all over the place. Could this be for real? Is this the real deal? Could this be the start of something new? Should I trust my heart to follow? Would that be a big mistake? And if I fall, who will be there for me? How much risk can one heart take? Could this be for real? Is this the real deal? Could this be the start of something new? Could it be you? Could it be true? I hope it's you.
Oh, yeah. Jessica Blake, along with Genevieve DeMarchant here in the studio. Wonderful vocals, wonderful playing, great song structure. Real treat to have you in. Thank you so much for that. So I want to talk about the big picture. Music to you. Do you see music echoing what's happening with people's awareness with, say, the food industry, for example? They're realizing that what you put in your body is really important, and convenience is no substitute for quality. And I'm hoping for that myself. How do you see the place where music is, where it should be?
I struggle with the music industry a little bit because what seems to be making it and what's actually making dollars, what's getting radio time, it feels very empty and void of true emotion and feelings. Not all songs, but a good majority of them on the top 40, and the things that we get ear candy kind of hearing in our earworms. I don't find them very moving, but there's a big growing of this roots culture coming up, and I know that you're a big part of that. And there's a lot of us artists out there that are writing awakening songs and trying to get to the real core of expressing ourselves, but also letting people feel what they're feeling, and giving a song that people can interpret the way that they want to interpret it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit tricky with the music industry, and I guess that's why I struggle with that a little bit, because I feel like the people that should be awarded or rewarded for their bringing awareness into this culture, they don't always get awarded monetarily, and it's a struggle for them to survive and keep doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I think that we're all given gifts that we are actually meant to continue and grow, and so there's a lot of us out there that just do it, and we're not making the money, we're not maybe getting the fame that that maybe we deserve or that we want, but it's a passion inside to spread that awareness.
Yeah.
So it's our duty.
And you have to constantly remember that the biggest obstacle is exposure. People won't like you if they don't know about you, if they don't hear you. So constantly try to reinvent that scenario. How can I be heard? How can I make somebody in a world that is so overwhelmingly noisy and busy take a second or an extra second to breathe me in and respect even what I'm doing? And sometimes, collective, putting showcases together in numbers where the small fishes all swim together and they appear to be like a bigger fish, making a little bit of a dent, and like just the sheer numbers of the millennials who are now coming of age. Their parents had a lot of kids. They came from the biggest generation. So within of those, there's got to be some great parents. And I certainly, doing this show, was exposed to a lot of performers in their 20s that I wouldn't normally be exposed to, and had my eyes open to the kind of quality that was out there. And I would not have a clue. And I'm in the music business, and I wouldn't know who they were. I would prejudge them based on their name. I don't go to that club on that night, but boy, oh boy, look at that. That sounds like something I would listen to, I would have in my record collection. I would recommend them to my friends. And it was because I had a bloody show that, they would come on and do it. So I try to constantly not to be cynical, sarcastic, and say, hey, go out and check it out. The biggest problem with what goes on the radio today is there isn't the variety. There isn't the different. They showed a chart from 1977 and the different songs that made the top. I don't know if it was the top 10 or the top 100, but there was calypso songs, and there was, all kinds of different variety of songs. And now they're showing that, the differential is so thin now. It's all very formula, and I think that's a problem.
It's very
Formula
committee-driven
music, and just because that's what Chorus Radio or that's what the Clear Channel is putting out. We've got satellite radio now, and we've got something like Barber Shop Podcast where someone can, go on YouTube and research someone, and just stick with the program. Do what you like doing. Keep doing it because you love it, and keep working with other people. Don't give up. It'll get better. It has to. I think the world needs the healing that real music has to offer.
Yes, I think there will be a movement too. Like, I find music goes in shifts. So I think that we're going to have to get to a place where everyone's tired of hearing things that don't mean anything to them. I think that it will come back around. Yeah. And my husband always says, stick with what you love, do it to your best of your ability. Eventually, something will come, because out of probability, out of spirituality, whatever you want to accredit it to, eventually it will come.
I agree with your husband. I think he's got a good plan there. Let's stick with that one. Well, I want to play a tune, the title tune off of the CD, So Close, because clearly that one either summed it up very nicely, or it was one of the first ones or one of the last ones.
One of my favorites, and summed it up, I would say.
Had a nice significance to it. Well, the title track of Jessica Blake's CD, So Close, right here for you, Barbershop Podcast. So Close.
Love is an untamed ocean You can take you for a ride, pulls in all directions, takes you out with tide. Recognize myself in your lonely eyes, swimming in fear and we're drowning in lies. Been through 1,000,000 miles of pain and confusion, gave my heart, had it torn apart. Are you just an illusion? You're so close I can hear you breathe, so far I can't reach you. You're so close I can taste your tears, so far I can't hold you. They lead us to believe in fairy tales, they lead us into lies. Help me discover love's innocence, don't ever say goodbye. Peel my layers of armor away, and I will love you all. Let's share our pain, kisses like rain from the sky will fall. We're so close I can hear you breathe, so far I can't reach you. So close I can taste your tears, so far I can't hold you. I feel the warmth of your hand, touch the small of my back, feel the weight of your body, lay me back. I want to love you, love you, love you all. Kisses like rain from the sky will fall. So close I can hear you breathe, so far I can't reach you. So close I can taste your tears, so far I can't hold you. You're so close. Please let me hold you.
Barber Shop Podcast, and that's Jessica Blake from her CD So Close and I Forgive You, a great song and a great evening, as they tend to be around here. We've been talking about music, we've been talking about the mystery and the magic that entails life as a musician, the life force that you carry with you, the responsibility, the great responsibility that comes with such great power, and a powerful voice, a powerful writer, great performances in here tonight. Thrilled to have you. You're going to play one more live for us. I'm so happy that you've got a nice selection. And we're going to finish off later with the one more from the CD. But for now, I've got some more live Jessica Blake, Barber Shop Podcast.
This one's also new, called Truth Be Told, and it goes with that theme of what we were talking about, just not giving up and that you're never too old. A lot of people think, especially in the music industry, once they hit a certain age, then forget it, you're never going to make it. So this is for all the budding, not just musicians, but artists out there.
when you feel all worn out and time's moving too fast. Slow your pace, it's not a race. Dream it out loud. Truth be told, you're never too old. No matter what they say. Truth be told, you're never too old to find your way. You know where you're going, but it feels like you're miles behind. Don't give up. Dreams are built one day at a time. Truth be told, you're never too old. No matter what they say. Truth be told, you're never too old to find your own way. Don't let them break you, don't let them shake you to the ground. Do all you can, then you must stand in faith and in trust where your turn. Truth be told, you're never too old. No matter what they say. Oh, truth be told, you're never too old to find your way. So find your way.
Songs of great import and inspiration. Truth be told, Jessica Blake, right here at BOXO Studio. Another fantastic evening of live original music. You can listen to Jessica and Jenny and the rest of the band on the CD. So close that you are going to get. You're going to go to her website or you're going to go to Bandcamp. We're going to have the links right on our Barbershop Podcast episode. And you can see all 114 episodes of Barbershop Podcast on barbershoppodcast.com or on iTunes. Or if you work the line or like to go for long walks and want to listen to it, you get on iTunes and listen to it. It is FREE, completely free for you, our great listeners and friends at Barbershop Podcast. I think the overriding theme of what we do and why we do it, and why we're so passionate about it, is wrapped up in the title of the last song we're going to play, which is faith. And if you don't have faith, you don't have hope, you sure as hell don't have charity, or you don't have a reason to go forward. And so I'd say whatever denomination you are, wherever you find yourself in the world, however bleak and terrible things seem, you've got to have faith, because there really isn't much alternative. It's not worth it. But we're going to play one more song from Jessica's CD, So Close, and then we're going to come back and say goodbye. But it's been a great night. But for now, one more sample, one more taste, one more song on the wind. This is Faith from Jessica Blake.
I see? You're gonna be all I need you to be. Torn, confused, just in my skin. I need a sign. My strength is thin. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need support to walk this very fine line. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need to know that all will be and work out fine. If I had enough faith, could I see? This is all a test. I need to be set free. If I had enough faith, could I see? This is just fear rumbling inside of me. Torn, confused, just in my skin. I need a sign. My strength is thin. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need support to walk this very fine line. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need to know that all will be and work out fine. How can you so strongly believe? How do you believe? Yeah, that I'm the one for you and you're the one for me. Are you the one for me? Yeah. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need some faith. I need a sign. I need to know. I need some faith. I need a sign. To walk this fine line. I need some faith. I need a sign. Yeah. I need to know that all will be fine. I need some faith. I need a sign.
Oh, yeah. Ending on a high note, as we say here. Barber Shop Podcast. That was a little faith from Jessica Blake off her So Close CD. It's been a great pleasure having both you and Jenny in tonight. A fantastic performance. Great to talk to you, Greg, to keep the streak alive of another week of fantastic music.
Most excellent.
Most excellent.
I will say something there. All right.
Yeah. And I don't know if we have to, we're going to start I think the Kevin Barber drinking game next week. I think there's a few things. I've said fantastic a lot tonight. Normally it's, I say a lot.
You haven't done that in a long time. I think you've worked that habit out.
A bit, but we'll find out. Maybe the viewers can let us know what I say all the time, and then you can make a drinking game out of it.
Or hand motions. Drinking game out of the hand motions.
I can't help the hand motions. I come by it honestly. All right. Kevin Barber, Ryan Cannon, Gary Greenland, all of the great people here at Barber Shop Podcast. I want to thank you for joining us. Come check us out next week. We've got our friends Le Project Monarch.
Ooh. 2.0, version 2.
2.0. Got the boys in there. They got a big record release. They recorded a 7-inch vinyl single. It's going to be at the Casbah Friday the 7th. They're in here on the 4th. And all 7 of them. Oh, it's going to be hairy.
We need another microphone.
You're going to need a bigger studio.
He's down there.
All right.
Okay.
Catch you then. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you.